men to a mucking crew. Leaving an on-setter and 3 maintenance men on the lower deck, the charge hand and 6 kibble men go down to the bottom. The grab driver scrambles from the kibble as it passes his cabin. Before mucking can start, the scaffold must be braced against the shaft wall by means of these jacks. 4 simple drop jacks on the top deck, and another 4 screw jacks on the bottom deck. These jacks secure the scaffold against the vibration caused by the compressed air motor which drives the cactus grab. Gouging out almost a cubic yard of dirt at each grip of its claws, the grab discharges its load into one of the waiting kibbles. These hold 4 cubic yards. In later stages, as the length of wind increased, we cut down their capacity to 3 1/4 cubic yards. Directed from below by the charge hand, the grab driver swings back for another load. It takes skill and good judgment to maintain a continuous loading operation without interrupting the winding cycle. The rotating jib must be kept clear of the descending kibble. For this reason, muck is always loaded beneath the upward wind. The kibble here is full and ready to be exchanged for an empty. The grab now swings over to load on the opposite side. A flash signal indicates the approach of an empty kibble. The empty is signaled into shaft bottom. It is swung aside by the kibble men, and the chains are unshackled. These must hang free whilst the kibble at shaft top is tipped. With our system of double drum winding, mucking out at shaft bottom is closely related to the speed at which the dirt can be emptied at the surface. As soon as the full kibble is shackled to the winding rope, it is signalled away. At Parkside, mechanical tipping on the surface has been very efficient. But as the depth of the shaft increases, the wind becomes longer and will slow down the winding cycle. Despite the improved techniques of mechanical loading, automatic tipping and twin kibble winding, mucking still accounts for nearly 50% of the total sinking time. Winding time at depths beyond 1600 feet can be reduced by using 2 separate winding engines with more powerful motors. In this way, winding speeds could be faster and clearing times at shaft top needn't delay the rhythm of loading at shaft bottom. Meanwhile, loading has continued unchecked on the other side. The empty has been filled, and the grab will swing over to load beneath the upgoing kibble again. The full is wound through the doors at ground level and up towards the tipping platform. Safety doors protect the men working below. At the tipping platform, the full kibbles are emptied down a chute into a storage bunker, which holds about 3 kibble loads. Operated by one man only, the lazy chain method of tipping is a great saving in time and effort. But because it involves lowering the kibble, the chains at sharp bottom must hang free. Dumper trucks are used to carry away the spoil. The driver himself operates the doors of the storage bunker. With two trucks serving the bunkers like this, the rhythm of loading and tipping continues through to the final disposal of the spoil, which all goes to build up the surrounding site where washeries and sidings will soon appear. As mucking continues and the level of spoil is reduced, so the water begins to rise. It's pumped into the kibbles as they are loaded. In mucking operations, you must have good teamwork down below. Strength and stamina too, for the work goes on like this for some 3 to 4 hours. By the end of the shift, something like 70 kibbles will have been loaded out, and perhaps a few more carrying the excess of water. Once a rhythm of loading and tipping is established, good mucking speeds can be maintained and the grab need never be idle. When mucking is in its final stage of dressing down and trimming, it's time to bring the drilling machines over to shaft head and load them into the supply kibble ready for the drilling shift. But now let's see the 3 phases of excavation before walling can begin. We've seen the first mucking shift remove the spoil left from the last cycle. The bottom is cleaned off and drilling begins on the next 6 feet. Wall bolts at 8-foot intervals are used for temporary side support. These are quick and effective.